Welcome everyone to Richmond Raceway, race number 19 on the Cup Series schedule. Wes McCoy and Johnny Cox, an ISCR front row lockout. Here's the full qualifying results. Here's the race command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines fired up. We are ready to go here at Richmond. So, let's do our usual points rundown. Dylan Ibrahimman, still the points leader, as Matt Gomes and maybe even Ryan Butcher having problems. Yep, the 01 and the 34, two Fords. And maybe even the 23 with the fuel system. So the 01 has two problems, so a tire and... tire and... two tires and the 34 with suspension. Alright. So, Ibrahimman up by 21 points. I said he extended his points lead. I was wrong. Michael Brown jumped up 7 positions to move back up to second after dominating Road America as the green flag waves were underway here at Richmond Raceway. Great start for the 3. The 01 is quickly out and away. They're 3 wide all the way at the back. And Cody Smart with a nasty crash. And more cars wrecking on the back straightaway. The 12 of David Davison looking to take second, coming off turn 4. He's not going to get there. Wes McCoy takes the yellow, and we'll take a look at the replay. So let's take a look. Cody Smart in the 21, 3 wide at the start. Usually that's okay, but maybe Michael Brown came up, forced him up high into Alexander Rowe. Yeah, they got Trey Wright wrecking, and they got 4 more cars wrecking and spinning down there. And a nasty hit for Cody Smart. It's been a nasty season for this 21 team. So on board, the 11 come up a bit. Did he come down? I don't know. I guess just racing. Just trying to get to the racing line. 11 takes a hard hit to the outside wall himself. Points leader Ibrahimman also getting a small piece of it, but no major damage, it appears. 9 car also in the mix, sort of. And then move up ahead. Let's take a look. 54 and the 7, the 2 and the 40. They spin down down the back straightaway. So 40 and 7 coming off turn 2. Brad Cheston was the one who hooked Cabaldon, tagging the 54 and the 2 of Max Anderson and Christian Williams. Luckily didn't slam the opening. 42, 38, 47, 35. There's a 6 wrecking as well. Backing up, but those 2 missed it. Ibrahim missed him as well. Everyone able to recover from that crash, but Ozcan, heavy damage for this 6 team. I don't know what happened, but they are dropping like a rock. One more time on board with the 6. So it didn't quite get clear from those 2. He got tagged from the back, bounce off the wall, collect JP, and then here's Ryan Butcher in the 01 who just got off pit road, and also getting hit from behind by the 66 of Trey Wright, enough to take him out of the race. So that's the first caution of the night. We'll take you back to the restart. Alright, coming to the green here. So the 1, the 34, and the 44, 3 cars failed to start this race. I didn't see the 1 or the 44. What happened to them? Do we have anything? So that's the 01, because it's 2001. So I have no idea what's going on with those guys. But the green flag is out. We're back underway. Davison in the 12 on the bottom for second. Looks like they made it through 1 and 2 this time. The 3 car going to cover the bottom. Tony Green going to move up to 3rd. He looks low now. Still green, right? Yeah, we're still green. I want to keep it up. Never mind. Just... 2. Nearly upside down. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to wreck again. Coming to the trial. I didn't think they were coming out the trial, maybe into turn 1. But the 3 is a leader again. We'll take a look at the replay. So I saw a lot of cars going up high, and of course that's just going to open the door to the bottom. There's Kenny Johnson. He got into Tim Randolph. There's the two sliding up and into Al Legacy. It looks like it was all going to be good, but they just couldn't get off, and Randolph goes spinning, and Al Legacy and Anderson, Trey Wright, Kenny Johnson all started to wreck. And then a big hit from Alexander Rowe, launching the 2-car, but stays on all 4 wheels. Does not get back, go on his roof here, on board with the 51. Right in the right side. But wasn't completely straight, I guess, so that's why the car didn't go over. He's done for the night. Heber Hyman involved in another wreck, even more damage, this time more noticeable damage. Let's take a look on the onboard of Kenny Johnson. It's right behind those 3. Then he went up high and, yeah, gets boxed right in. Nothing much you can do there. So second caution of the night. We'll take you back to the restart. Alright, here we go. So 32 cars on the racetrack. We're getting ready to go green. Base car is off. Here we go. Green flag is out. Tony Green in a 77 with a massive jump. He's able to clear the 3-car into turn 1. More cars walking up the track. I see the 22 on the wall. Don't think that brought out the caution. No, it did not. 38's coming down pit road. There's a lot of leaning and wrecking again. And Aaron Abel nearly goes over. The leader will race it back to the line here. And Tony Green, he'll take the yellow. Alright, take a look at the replay. So 3 Toyotas back here. Jonathan Wong, Aaron Abel, and Malik Nevins. Nevins fighting the 35. Aren't they teammates? I think they are. And the 42, I'm going to get pinched into the wall, but doesn't go over. I was afraid he was going to go upside down. But Aaron Abel almost goes up and over. Al Legacy, Stephen Oakes as well collected. Big hit there for Legacy. Saw the smoke spewing out. Pretty much means he's done for the night. Just knocked right into the 22. After the 22, it was into the 35. So another close call with the car up and over. Missed the 88, but the 35 was there. Right into the door. Right into the driver's side. Alright. Third caution of the day. Let's take you back to the restart. Alright, come to the green here. So, got 38 and 22. They're a lap down. They haven't done a wave around in a while. So, Tony Green. This 17 was doing pretty well at the start of the season. But this second half has been terrible. He's got 4 top 5s and 6 top 10s, but he's all the way down in 31st. He lost 6 positions after Road America. Looking for a huge rebound. A 22.56 average finish. So it's been pretty bad for the second half. Now there's a driver to 24 who's had a really terrible season. A 30.28 last in the points as the pace car pulls off. Coming to the green flag. Green flag is out. Back underway. Michael Brown, can he make it 2 in a row? It's up to 5th right now. A lot of 3 wide action and behind the leaders. Here comes the 11 up to 2nd. And those guys are not going to make it. Neither of these guys. Light's still green. We stay green. But not for long, I don't think. Oh, there they go. Up into the wall. The 16 as well. Here comes the rest. The 42 is sideways. Car is just scrambling everywhere like it's the last lap. 4 wide, 4 wide. Okay, back to 2x2 racing. Back to our leaders. Brown has taken the lead. There's so much action going on back there. And now the caution comes out. Just as we go back to the leaders. And Brown will take it. And that was fun for a little while at least. We'll take a look at the replay. So the 88 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr. was the one. Tim Randolph hit the wall. Bounced right off of it. Took out Brad Chesson and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. A little bit of a hit there from Cunningham. Everyone else misses the 88. A pretty minor wreck. 2 cars spinning out and a car on the wall, and that's about it, unless maybe there's more. These two make contact, but I don't think anything else happened. Alright, these 2 guys are on the wall. Nope, they missed that too, it appears, but just to be safe. Yeah, nothing happened. Alright, we'll take you back to the restart. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, I forgot to do the wave around. I'll have to do both of them next time we get a caution. Gotta get used to doing that. Alright, here we go. White Qual in the 17, starting on the outside row here. Another driver who's won a race. However, has not really improved in his standings positions, but at least he's got a win. Here we go for the restart. Green flag is out, back underway. Well, second win can boost him up big time. Here comes the 71 of Brad Chesson Jr. 3 wide down into turn 1. So does the 24 and a lot others. 88 bouncing off the wall, no wreck. Staying green here. Richmond has gotten a little crazy recently, sometimes. A lot of pushing and shoving going on, and oh, here we go again. And this might be a big pile up. No, it's not. And the leader is going to be the 11 car. If we just reached the halfway point. Alright, let me give those 2 guys the wave around now before I forget again. Alright, so these 2 are side by side, Stevens and Green. They weren't even 3 wide, but Green goes up high. There was a little bit of contact with the 99 through turn 2, so it rode him up high. He hits the wall, collects the 3 car. A few other drivers like Wyatt Qual, Raymond Fisher, Dalton Johnson, and the 19 of Carlos Rodriguez also involved. So some of the leaders, like Green, involved. Wes McCoy, the pole sitter of tonight's race, as long as his teammate Johnny Cox, and then there was more. Nevins gets into Dalton Johnson. They reckon between 3 and 4. But just wait. Wyatt Qual into the right side, and that flipped them over. And that completes our quota for one flip. Our flip of the day. Stays on his roof. Does not get back on all 4 wheels. It sucks for a lot of those guys. They're running so well, hoping for a good finish, and a lot of them need it. Even though Wyatt Qual does have a win. Rodriguez also hit the wall, so he was involved in his own wreck. I thought this was going to be a massive pileup, but I was wrong. By a lot. Most of the field got through easily. Alright, I'll take you back to the restart. Alright, come to the green here, and... Okay. I gave them the wave around, but they're back a lap down again. I did, well, just to prove it, right there. So I did the wave around. I think they're just coming down pit road every chance they get, so I think that's why. And these 2 are not in the right position. Alright, here we go for the restart. Pace car is off. Here we go. That's going to be a bad one. Green flag. Chesson Jr. gets away, but is it enough to clear the 11? He's going to try it. Nope, he's not clear. And oh, a little contact there. Brown did not like that, and he wrecks him. The 24 gets through. Now bring out the caution again. Oh, and the 56. Now he puts the 11 in the wall and himself. Tim Randolph. Oh, careful coming up. A lot of cars coming. Alright, hold on. Oh, that's not what I meant. Alright, let's get these guys organized first. And I'll do the wave around again. And see what's going on. Okay, 19. 19's destroyed. Okay, hold on. Okay, so 38's a lap down. Let's do that. And then also the 22. Okay, there goes JP. Okay, he's gonna get by the leaders as he's supposed to. And then the 22, there he is. Okay. So he's getting through as well. Alright. Alright, now we can take a look at the replay. So Brad Chesson Jr. got a really good restart. He tried to cut in front of the 11. He kind of got loose himself. The 11 goes up into the 71, just gives him a bump, puts him in the wall, puts himself in the wall too, but ends up wrecking Chesson Jr. and Keith Stevens. And then there's a 41. The 88 just missed the 99. The 10 and the 19 piled in. Causes a huge log jam at the back. And there's a 48 who tried to get down. Ends up tagging the 19. And then there's Tony Green as well involved. So big damage there to those guys. Kenny Johnson just retired from the race. So we go on board. Try to shoot the middle. There was enough room, but he did not get there in time or react in time. So no smoke, but there was enough damage to take some of these guys out. It's been a crazy race so far. A lot of wrecks, including the leaders. After Road America being a caution-free race, these guys are back to crashing and wrecking each other. And then there's a Tim Randolph in the 56 who got into the 9 maybe. The 9 was there, 3 wide. Walked up the track a little bit. And then ends up wrecking him in the 11. 23 car as well. 88 goes right on the outside. Whoa. Another close one for the 88. Had to dodge a lot of cars tonight. Alright, we'll take you back to the restart. Alright, here we go. So this time the 22 and the 38 are back on the lead lap. And Chaka Snow Chaser in the 24 is our leader. Is it her first time leading this season? It might be. Well, we know the 24 team has struggled all season with only 2 top 10s to her name and an abysmal average finish. 74 points back from 41st. Can't do that in one race. Even if she wins tonight, I mean, that's how far back she is from the next position. Alright, pace car's off, getting ready for the restart. Here we go. Green flag is out, back underway. Williams with a good start. The 88 gonna make it 3 wide. Might be side by side in new turn 1. And the 24 retakes the lead coming off turn 2. 43 off the wall, no crash. So far is okay. The 88 up to 3rd. Few wrecked race cars are running up front like the 54 and the 88. And now the caution is out. Leaders did not get to the line, so that will be the race to the caution. Alright, we'll take a look at the replay. So Nathan Orman in a 20, a potential championship contender who is 5th in the points, gets in there too hot, puts Cole Sampson in the wall, but he spins himself out and puts himself in the wall, triggering another caution. A small wreck there, a little jam up back there, but all is good. And there's Zachary Taylor on pit road. Nothing much to it. We'll take you back to the restart. Alright, here we go. So almost 10 laps to go here. Pace car is about to come in. Driver's lining up double wide. 24 car looks clean. I don't think she's wrecked tonight. Might be one of the few drivers who hasn't, or maybe even the only one that hasn't, as the pace car pulls in. Here for the restart. Green flag is out, and a crazy launch for the 54 really gets going. pulling away by a couple car lengths here. Here's the 5 car, gonna move up to 3rd, another potential contender. He lost 2 positions at the Road America, bumping him back down to 6th place. Running 3rd right now, as the 9 car got all 3 of the 4 Henry cars running in the top 5. And here comes the 3 with a big recovery, possibly. Moves up to 5th. Cowden in the 40 up to 6th place. Fisher battling the 43. And the caution is out. I was hoping they would stay green. Alright, let's take a look at the replay. So JP Lateral in the 38 was making some good ground after losing a lap. But down into turn 3, he gets hooked by Pratt Justin Jr. And the 8 car gets collected and almost goes over on his roof. Maybe. But JP with a lot of damage. And he's done for the night. Just when things were going good for the 38, was 17th at the time. So that car was still decent enough to make some passes. But then he gets turned and hits the wall hard, gets squeezed into it. Take a look on the onboard of Justin Jr. Don't think they're in a rivalry right now, but Justin Jr. just came in and got into that quarter panel, spun him right out. Pretty much used him as a brake. So, yeah, there are going to be a lot of angry drivers. If they're not rivals now, they're rivals, well, or before, they're rivals now. That's what I meant to say, and the 8 car, okay, into the wall. So he's out as well. Okay, we'll take you back to the restart. Alright, here we go. So Taylor's a lap down, but he went a lap down under caution. So 22 cars left, 21 on the lead lap. Going to be 6 laps to go when we take the green flag. Christian Williams is our race leader. So potentially repeat winner or new winner. So first row is winless, second row is winners. Or yeah, again, the 24 this time, she gets off to a massive jump. Who's more desperate for a win? Well, these 2 guys have nothing to lose. They're not contending for a championship. Very unlikely. Here comes the 5 car, Blazy Buttar. Well, he's fighting for a championship. Teammates or no, you know he's going to get those points. 5 laps remaining. How almost a half a second lead. David Davison with no front end and no hood is up here in the top 10. Gotta get my mouse ready just in case we have an overtime finish. But these guys might be okay. Some smoke, but no caution. 3/10 back. 5 cars closing. Here comes the 3 car in the 3rd. The 20 is up to 4th. Williams down to 5th. Woo, woo. The 23 and the 9. And it's trouble. Riley Sampson goes around. Race back to the line. I got time to click the box. I'm not going to click it now. And coming to the stripe, the 5 on the inside. But the 24 will take it. And we're under caution again. Overtime finish. Let's take a look at the replay first. So Zachary Taylor, interesting. He's the only car lap down, and he causes a late race crash. He spins out Riley Sampson in the tri-oval. So yeah, he'll get a lap back, right in front of the 47 of Cole Sampson. And then the 22, just a scratch. 35, yeah, just still a scratch. More than a scratch. Into the wall, both walls. Big hits right there. 42's on pit row, wasn't involved. Take a look at that one more time on board with Aaron Abel. Only car out there, but ends up sideswiping the 47. 2 big hits there. Might I take him out of the race? Maybe. Alright, it's going to be an overtime finish. We'll take you back to the restart. Alright, first attempt at an overtime finish. 47 on pit road, 42 back on the track. Taylor is back on the lead lap. Here we go. So unlimited attempts. We keep going until the leader takes the white flag. And it just has to be the leader. If the rest of the field don't get it, then it doesn't matter. Only the leader matters. 24 has got to be super aggressive. Team is going to be starting on the outside. The 3 is behind. A lot of drivers needing to win a race, regardless if they're fighting for a championship or not. Everyone's going to be desperate here. Here we go. Green flag is out. The 5 car with a really good launch. Good enough to clear. .24 coming back on the inside. 43 in the wall. 99 spinning. No caution. Now, yeah, we're going to get a no caution. Now the caution comes out. And the 24 retakes the lead, and it will need a second attempt. Whew. Just caught it in time. Just when the 24 retakes the lead. Not what they want to see. Gotta line them back up again. Alright, let's take a look at the replay. So the 43 car off the wall again. Just can't keep it down low. It's like the 3rd time, I think. And Stevens ends up spinning. Almost got saved by the 22 twice. Kind of did. But then spun out again. And then Oaks kind of spun out. And then Cheston, no one knew when to throw the yellow, because then they're like sideways, and then they save it out sideways again, and then they save it again, but then the other car is spinning, and then they spin, and then everyone spins. Yeah, that was a pretty weird wreck. Really weird. And then, yeah, they didn't throw a caution for the while. If the 4 didn't hit the 7, it might have stayed green. No other oncoming cars, so it might have stayed green, or at least the leaders would have taken the yellow, but they did not. Alright, second attempt is needed. We'll take you to it. Alright, here we go. Second attempt at an overtime finish. 24 and 5. The Hendrick cars once again line up. First and second. Here we go. Green flag. A little bit of a bottle up back there. What's going on? Everything alright? That looks like to be alright. This time the 24 gets a better restart. Keeps that 5 car up high. Oh, the 11 off the wall, and around they go again. And the third attempt is needed. The 24 will take the yellow. The 3 car up to second. 11, 43, 42 coming back down. Alright, here we go again. We'll take a look at the replay. Michael Brown cannot be making these mistakes. He's already up in the top 5, but he overshoots the turn and hits the wall. I mean, everyone's probably lacking grip at this point. And then there's Sampson going around, so might have got a caution either way. 88 and 42 get together, so they wreck. 22 is back a lap down, I see, so he just squeezes by on the low side on the apron. And yeah, another caution, another attempt. We'll take you back to the restart. Alright, here we go again. Well, Oaks came down pit road, and he's on pit road again, so he ends up going back a lap down either way. Alright. Third attempt at an overtime finish. The record is 5. Oh, quite a long time ago in the Pro Racing Series at Phoenix, 5 attempts was needed to finish that race. Will that record be beaten tonight? Well, just two more times, or 3 more times. Alright, here we go. Third time the charm? I don't know. 50-50 chance we get a caution. Alright, pace car's off, getting ready to go green. Green flag's out, back underway. Gotta wonder about fuel and tires as well. Some of those cars went down pit road. Might have a shot with the half of a race car. 2x2 here. 99 off the wall. All good. Still green, still green. White flag. So 3 attempts is needed. Still green, just making sure. Big lead for Lightning Blaze. Or not Lightning Blaze, or Snow Chaser. 88 in the wall, the 5 and the 9, second and third. They won't catch. And the checkered flag is out. First win of the season, and huge win for Snow Chaser. She takes it here at Richmond. Alright, it's over. Let's take a look at the full race results. Alright, there you have it. So Chaka Snow Chaser, what a victory, a needed victory. And they've crashed at the end. Not gonna bother. Probably accelerated through that anyways, couldn't see it. Wins by half a second, had those good restarts. Having a clean race car probably helps too. Blazy Batar will get second. Still a good points day. Will definitely jump a couple spots. And Chaka Lightning Blaze getting third. So Henrik 1, 2, 3. So big one right there. And Jaron Cobbleton, great finish for him, getting a top 5. That is his third of the season. Nathan Orman getting 5th. And finally, despite being 5th in the points, this is actually his first top 5 finish. So he's been pretty consistent. He's just haven't been running up there. He's been finishing, but not finishing that far ahead usually. So his first top 5 and his 5th top 10. Brad Chesson Jr. Getting 6th place there. And David Davison, I don't know how many wrecks he got caught up tonight, but he managed to nurse that thing all the way to 7th place. And Wes McCoy also wrecking, getting 8th. And look at that, Zachary Taylor, who caused that caution that forced us to go in overtime, ends up getting 9th. So, yeah, might want to look into that. Christian Williams getting 10th. Good run for him. That's his 3rd top 10 of the season. So, here's the rest of the race results. 3 cars failed to even start the race. It was the one of Tobin McCoy, then the 34 of Matt Gomes, and then the 44 of Campbell Marsh. So 39 cars started the race. So I think that's the most we've seen so far in quite some time. 3 cars. Alright, so that concludes today's chaotic race here at Richmond. Chaka Snow Chaser with the win, but she won't gain any position, so she'll be still be in last. But she probably doesn't care at this point. We'll take you to victory lane.